Do you ever feel like you're stuck in a rut? Like you're doing everything you're supposed to do, but still something is missing? Every day feels like a repeat of the last, and at the end of it, you ask yourself, why am I doing this? Let me ask you something. What if I told you that the key to unlocking your potential, to finally achieving everything you've ever dreamed of, is actually hiding in one simple thing? Your why. Finding your why is like finding fuel for a car. Without it, you're stuck in neutral, going nowhere fast. But when you find it, that why becomes the engine that drives you forward, even on the toughest days. Today, I'm going to show you how discovering your why can literally transform your life. And no, this isn't some motivational fluff. I'm talking about the difference between being stuck and becoming unstoppable. Stick with me, and by the end of this video, you'll be ready to turn your dreams into reality. Now ponder this. Who here has ever felt completely unmotivated? Perhaps you had a goal, maybe a dream, and perhaps at the time were fired up. But over time, the fire melted away. And now it feels like you're going through the motions, but you are stuck. So, what went wrong? Why does motivation seem to slip away? Okay, maybe you don't actually have to try lifting weights like that, but you get the point. Motivation is like a muscle. It fades if you don't work it. When you have a why? Oh, it's like a constant source of power. But here's the thing, without your why, you're running on fumes. The truth is, if you don't find your purpose, you'll never truly unlock your full potential. So let's dive in. Let's explore the power of discovering your why and how to use it to fuel every step of your journey. First, let's talk about where you are right now. Maybe you feel overwhelmed by everything you have to do. Maybe you feel stuck, or worse, like you're just not getting anywhere. You've tried to motivate yourself. You've set goals, but somehow you keep falling short. You keep asking yourself, is this even worth it? It's a horrible feeling, isn't it? You put in the effort, but it just doesn't seem to pay off. You get up early, work late, and in the end, it feels like nothing changes. You start to question, why am I doing this? But listen to me. This doesn't mean you're broken or failing. It means you've lost sight of your why. And without your why, it's so easy to get distracted, burned out, or just plain uninspired. The truth is, without a clear purpose, we struggle. We get distracted. We settle for less than we deserve because we don't know what we're working toward. We need something bigger than the grind to keep us going. We need a why. And if you feel stuck, I'm going to tell you this: finding your why can change everything. It's the spark that's igniting the fire. Without it, you are just floating, drifting through life. But when you find your why, everything shifts. It's like someone finally flips the switch inside of you. And I know you're wondering, how do you find your why? Stay with me, because we're about to dive deep into that exact question. But here's the thing, finding your why isn't a simple task. It's a journey, and it's one that will change everything for you. All right, let's get into the real work now. How do you actually find your why? This is where the magic happens. But before we get started, I need you to be honest with yourself. What do you want? Your why comes from the things you're passionate about, the things that make you feel alive. It's not just something you read in a book or something your friend told you. Your why is connected to your deepest values and desires. And to find it, you need to ask yourself these 3 questions. 1. What am I willing to struggle for? 2. What do I really want to change in my life or in the world? 3. What can I do even if I do not get paid for it? Take a minute, pause this video if you have to, and really think about your answers. These questions will help you zero in on what truly matters to you. The reason why some people feel stuck is because they haven't answered these questions with clarity. And without that clarity, everything just feels like a blur. You will then begin to discover your why. And when you hook up with your why, it becomes what fuels you forward. It's like putting high-octane fuel in your car instead of the cheap stuff. It makes everything run smoother. But there's one final thing I want you to remember. Finding your why isn't about just motivation. It's about aligning your life with what really matters. Once you find your why, you won't have to force motivation anymore. It will be automatic. Now that you're starting to unbury your why, let's talk about what happens next. How do you take that newfound purpose and turn it into something real? How do you use your why to fuel every single action you take? Stay with me, because I'm about to give you the secret. Now that is where the rubber meets the road. You found your why. You found the fire. But what do you do with it? It's time to put that fuel to use. Let me tell you something. Action is the key, and the best part. Your why will give you the energy to act, even when you don't feel like it. Right now, I want you to take out a piece of paper or your phone and make a list of your goals. Not just the big ones. I want to be rich, or I want to travel the world, but the little goals, the ones you can achieve today, tomorrow, and the next day. Your why will fuel these daily actions. Every goal you write down, I want you to ask yourself, why does this matter? Why is it important to you? If you don't have a strong answer, it's time to reevaluate. Your why will act as the compass to guide you when you feel lost and the energy to push you when you're tired. When you wake up every morning and know exactly why you're doing what you're doing, it's like a switch is flipped. Your why becomes your motivation, and every day you take small steps toward that bigger vision. Now here's the most important part of all: consistency. Consistency is the secret sauce, and your why is the engine that will keep you going, even on the days when you feel like giving up. When you wake up and remind yourself of your why, you ignite your purpose for the day. You shift from simply going through the motions to actively chasing the life you've always dreamed of. But here's the catch: if you don't revisit your why every day, you'll slip back into autopilot. Easy to forget why you started when life gets crazy or challenges arise, so when you find your why, keep it front and center. Put it on your wall, write it down every morning, or set reminders on your phone. Make your why the very first thought when you wake up and the last thing you think of when you go to bed. Life isn't always going to be easy. There will be days when it feels like nothing is going your way. You'll hit roadblocks, face setbacks, and encounter failures. But here's the key: your why is your anchor. It's what will keep you grounded when everything else is shaking, and it's what will push you through the tough times to the success that lies on the other side. You are not going to be perfect, but you need to keep moving forward, even if it's one small step at a time. And as long as you're attached to your why, that little step will begin to turn into a giant leap. Let me ask you, what would your life look like if you stopped waiting for motivation to strike and instead just started living your why every single day? What would your life look like if every action you took was driven by a purpose so powerful that nothing could stand in your way? Imagine waking up every morning knowing exactly why you're doing what you're doing. Imagine having a clear path ahead of you, one that's powered by passion, vision, and purpose. That's the power of finding your why. But here's the thing: this is where you take action, right now. The moment you discover your why, it doesn't stop there. You need to act on it every day. Because if you don't, your dreams will stay dreams. Your why will remain just a theory. Are you ready to make today the day that everything changes for you? Are you ready to take control of your life, harness your purpose, and create the future you've always wanted? Now is the time to stop dreaming and start living. Find your why. Use it as fuel, and watch as your life transforms in ways you never thought possible. The power is in your hands. The question is, what will you do with it? So, if you are ready to start living with purpose, if you are ready to take control of your destiny, then do subscribe to this channel. Like this video if you feel inspired, and hit the notification bell so that you never miss an update. Together, let's unlock your true potential and keep striving for the best version of yourself. Remember, your why is the fuel that powers your life. Keep chasing it, keep living it, and keep becoming the person you were always meant to be.